This should be an interesting one, hopefully. I don't really know what to expect from this one, just look like it might be interesting. I think we'll just jump in.
Over the past few years, Skywind's development team has poured more hours than we can count into bringing our vision to life. Many of our followers have been eager for a more in-depth look at the project, so join us today as we break down our current progress and what lies ahead. But
That's good.
how did Skywind come to be?
I'm actually really looking forward to
As soon as
this.
Skyrim was released, the folks behind More Oblivion started discussing the prospect of porting More Oblivion into Skyrim. With that, the project was born, and it needed naming. Morrow Skyrim, Morrowind, and Morrim all had their supporters. But eventually, Skywind won out. Work on Skywind was being undertaken without a consensus on whether the project should remain a More Oblivion port or a fresh remake with all new assets. This led to a level of fragmentation within the project. In 2013, the first public alphas began to be released. A year later, the decision was made to remove the build from public access in response to an ongoing flood of duplicate bug reports, support requests, and continued disagreement about the use of ported assets, which made up the bulk of the build. By 2016, discussion among several core contributors yielded a consensus that simply replacing ported assets with fresh ones wasn't enough to rejuvenate Morrowind. This is where the journey of Skywind's current form begins, a fresh reimagining with modern standard assets. But our main mode of communication was still the forum. This meant sporadic bursts of individual work without instant support from fellow volunteers. We soon switched from
What game is this? This is a video called Skywind 24, Skywind 2024, The Road So Far. And that is it is Morrowind being rebuilt from the ground up, basically, in the Skyrim engine. And this is a kind of well, it says, welcome to our latest official development video update for 2024. And we're taking a deep dive into the Department of Progress and bottlenecks and hope to show you some of what's involved in making a total conversion mod. Just one I thought to be interesting to check out.
forum chat to Discord, where development was able to start gaining a lot more steam. By mid-2016, Arizarn released the first version of his Havoc-enabled NIF plugin, finally opening the door to custom skeletons and animations in the Skyrim engine.
When people start combining words like NIF, plugin, and Havoc, my eyes sort of glaze over. Any chance someone could explain what it does?
You know, all the new creatures people create in Skyrim are all reskinned existing creatures. The giant flying chickens are dragons. This means people can create entirely new creatures. Someone could make a humanoid race with 4 arms that all work.
Okay, now that is cool.
In October 2016, Skyrim Special Edition was released. There was initial uncertainty about whether Skywind could or should be ported over. When Skyrim Script Extender 64 was stabilized and ready for use in 2018, we took the plunge. This shift allowed us to leverage the stability, improved graphics, and support for modern systems offered by the Special Edition, but also took a lot of time and work. Since then, many advances have been made, volunteers have come and gone, and today we're closer than ever before. But what's actually been done so far? Let's dive into how each department is coming along as of 2024.
Yeah, also, this is definitely this is going to be definitely a day one for me. Like, when they finish, the final public build, I believe it's going to be so good.
Almost all base game concept art is now complete, including creatures, clothing, weapons, armor, food, flora, and statues. We're still working on the Redoran interior tile set, which should be finalized soon.
Like, so much
In addition
work.
to this, our 2D artists have created in-game paintings, book covers, book illustrations, posters, murals, and loading screens to further enrich the world.
Is this for the PS5? I imagine this will be PC only, because it's rebuilding Morrowind in the Skyrim engine, so I don't think it'll be on any consoles.
As such, we are no longer actively seeking 2D artists.
Like, this is purely a fan thing. Like, this is not something they're going to be able to sell or anything. This is purely passion project involving a lot of people and a lot of effort. "3D art, 8 active artists."
We now have over 13,000 custom 3D assets in the game, with around 550 left to build.
Damn.
But these assets are not created equal. One is the Dwemer Centurion, while another is a single plane floor tile. Here are some pieces we've recently completed.
Just an insane amount of effort.
Our main backlog is clothing, which accounts for over 2/3 of the remaining non-tile set work. Tile sets are essential, as without them, the level design team can't start work on any inhabited areas. "27 of 30 tile sets are now complete.
I wonder when it'll actually get its full release. Maybe like 2026? Hard to say. Oh, cloth is very hard. Yeah. I mean, this is an insane amount of effort and just... yeah, it's amazing.
Left to do is the Redoran interior tile set and the interior and exterior stronghold tile sets. That said, the final assets comprise some of the most complex and specialized pieces in the game, so this shouldn't be taken as an indication that the department will be finished soon. Implementation merges art, mechanics, and audio in the game engine, turning the assets the team has created into playable in-game experiences. We've faithfully revived Morrowind's armor with 14 armor slots. Skyrim had 6.
Damn.
Yes, pauldrons are making a return. You can
Awesome.
even mix left and right pieces to create the fashionable outfits of your dreams.
Oh, it's so good.
Another major undertaking has been adding facial animations to our custom creatures, without which many creatures would not be able to emote or move their mouths while talking. We've also started implementing custom hairstyles in the game. Skywind operates using monthly merges, where we pool our progress and update the build so everyone can work from the same foundation and use these implemented assets to bring the game to life. We typically only have 1 or 2 active asset implementers available, so we're always looking out for help in this department. With most tile sets now being completed, and most clutter having been designed by the 2D and 3D team, level design is well underway. Many regions are finalized and undergoing quality assurance,
IME.
or QA,
Don't think it's a paid position, unfortunately.
and peer review.
I just love the idea of something like
Others
this.
are
Like,
receiving finishing touches, including manual placement of details and starting QA.
oh shit. So good. Yeah, I just love the ambition
Others
behind
are
something
receiving
like this.
finishing touches, including manual placement of details and starting QA.
It's just crazy.
Most of the remaining areas are over 60% complete, with block layouts, clutter, and some details added. We also have 1,032 interiors to design, including settlements, cities, houses, shops,
Damn.
caves, forts, tombs, and yurts.
Like, it's just so much. Like, I can't even imagine the actual amount of hours that have been put into this project, like combined. It's just unreal.
Most interiors are well underway, though some areas are delayed due to awaiting tile sets. Vivek City's exterior is mostly done, but needs adjustments due to NPC scheduling, quests, and dialogue. Interior spaces in Vivek are actively being worked on. Towns and villages are generally complete, except for Redoran interiors awaiting the tile set and one Redoran exterior needing more work. Ashlander Camp's level design is now complete and undergoing quality assurance.
Because I mean, like, Bethesda could do a Morrowind remake, but I can almost guarantee it wouldn't be as good as this. Like, because they would be doing it very, like, you know, you might have some passionate developers, but you go up the ladder and it's more about just getting it done. Whereas this is like pure passion project. And like, it seems like they're really like, really locking in on like every little detail.
Most Imperial Fort interiors are in progress, except for Ebonheart, which is awaiting special pieces for the tile set. Nav meshing involves crafting navigation paths, or nav meshes, which guide game characters through the world. This system helps characters calculate efficient routes while avoiding obstacles, preventing them from getting stuck. In essence, it defines where non-player characters can move. Optimization sets room boundaries or occlusion planes, instructing the computer on rendering in-game content, enhancing performance by rendering only necessary portions at a time. Here's how the exterior nav meshing process has progressed since 2020.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Work on nav meshing interiors has also begun, but isn't as far along, as level design is not yet as complete in these areas.
Have you played this game before? Well, I mean, this like remake version doesn't exist yet. I mean, it's still in development. They've had some like alpha builds, I think, around and stuff, but like this won't be available for quite a while. But I have played like Morrowind originally. I haven't played a lot of it. I've played way more like Skyrim. But yeah, I haven't played a lot of Morrowind. It's always one I wanted to, I just haven't got around to it. But this I will absolutely be diving into. Like, yeah. Morrowind, like, in the Skyrim engine, and with this much care and, like, attention to detail, like, I feel like it's going to be, like, a really, just, yeah, an amazing experience.
Custom creatures were initially fashioned from Skyrim skeletons and animations. However, Erisarn's animation tool marked a significant turning point, enabling the integration of entirely new creatures with unique animations. In total, we plan for 15 of Morrowind's 44 creatures to have brand new, custom animations in the final game. Of those, 7 were added to the build with placeholder animations in just 2023. Prior to that, we only had one custom creature in the build, the Betty Netch, so this is a huge achievement. The animation team also works on custom weapon and spell animations.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be at least a couple years before it's
Video
available.
game visual effects, or VFX, involve the creation and integration of stunning visual elements to enhance the gaming experience. VFX can simulate realistic physics, weather conditions, explosions, spells, and more. Our main
Crazy how big a passion project could get. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, ambitious to say the least.
spells, and more. Our main focus at the moment are the game's spells. "51 out of 105 spells now have custom VFX completed, with 54 left to go.
There's so much
Once
attention to
spells are
detail.
finished, further work will need to be done to finalize our weather conditions. though these are already 95% finished and implemented. In addition, general lighting throughout the game will need tweaking to ensure areas have an appropriate atmospheric tone while still being practical.
What is it? It could be even 3 years.
The
I
other
feel this.
component to making spells more immersive is how they sound.
Like, yeah, more I'm seeing, like, yeah, it could be quite a while.
But sound work doesn't stop there. From the clanking of armor to the scuttling of a creature in the distance. Our sound designers are working tirelessly to create an immersive soundscape that helps to make Vardenfell feel alive and real. These are being worked on by order of priority, but we do have a long way to go and are always looking for new volunteers to help speed this along.
I mean, quite a bit left there.
When it comes to music, we're dividing the work by region. Each region will have day and night music. With universal combat music, and some special bonus tracks for taverns or unique locations. We currently have over 100 tracks in the game.
That's a lot. 44 active voice actors.
Skyrim had about 1,100 NPCs, voiced by approximately 70 voice actors. Skywind has about 3,000 NPCs, voiced by approximately 300 voice actors.
Oh my god, what? How does Skywind have 3,000 NPCs? Holy shit. That's wild.
If you do the crime, pay the fine. Don't do the time.
Word of advice: buy a little goodwill. Lose a few drakes, gain a friend. Folks will loosen up if you'll spread a little of the Emperor's gold around.
Did you not see him as you entered? It is that Marcel Morad. Outside my shop he stands, all day, selling ridiculous wares.
If you're entering unfamiliar territory and you think it might be hostile, slow down to a walk, look around, catch your breath, and be ready for trouble.
Slavery is protected by law in Morrowind. Slavery is illegal throughout the rest of the Empire.
Here's an overview of our current progress. We're often asked about using AI voice acting to speed things up. We don't use AI voice acting. All
Let's go back to that. Damn, okay. How is it that many NPCs though? That is such a mind-boggling number. No, casting was paused in 2023 to allow the last scripts to be finalized. Casting is due to reopen some in 2024. Man.
AI voice acting to speed things up. We don't use AI voice acting. All our voice work is done by humans.
What in Almcivi's name do you need a poison like that for? Almcivi bless.
Waxuthi, look kill you! Heh. It doesn't even know our words. You don't look familiar. You looking for something?
3 blessings, Sarah. Os eru ficarist guar, tost halduna del bargiv. I fought guars more ferocious than you. I will bathe in your blood!
Damn.
Your bloodline ends here!
We're making steady progress, and voice acting will actually most likely be one of the first departments to be finished.
That sounds really good.
File cutting is better described as voice acting quality assurance.
Wait a minute, let me do that one again.
The job of the file cutter is to listen back to voice actor recordings.
My mind was elsewhere. Is there something I can do for you?
Making sure that the voice actor has stuck to the script.
Put that thing away, Outlander. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Pronounce things right.
I am proud to speak with you, Never-Evergreen.
And that there isn't any strange background noise. If there are any issues, file cutters note it down so the voice actor can redo it, and the lines that are good to go are labeled using free software. These labels make it easy to cut up the audio into specific chunks, readying them for implementation into the game.
Still, damn, so ambitious. Like, I'm still mind boggled by the idea that there's 3,000 NPCs in this.
The same patterns in each. All their organs on the inside.
Voice acting mastering refines recorded voices by eliminating background noise, ensuring consistent levels and harmonizing with the game's audio.
The great Daedra Mafala has given me information that must be acted on. If you'd be willing to work with me, I'm certain Mafala would be grateful.
Yet, this area has posed challenges. Our mixing and mastering team has been dedicating months to manually master a single actor submission. Since 2018, 19 submissions have been completed. With over 400 submissions awaiting attention, our current approach is unsustainable. To expedite the process, we're exploring streamlined solutions like batch processing for non-essential characters. This method involves configuring an effects chain from a sample and applying it to the entire recording. While not flawless, it promises to accelerate our pipeline by not just months, but years.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's like doing it like the other way. I mean, holy shit, man. So this project is like, it's so ambitious, but it's combined with like so much care, which means the amount of people involved, the amount of work, the amount of hours, it's just unreal.
Writers play a pivotal role, adjusting dialogue from Morrowind's system to Skyrim's.
Adherents of the temple must show patience and wisdom. To prove you have these qualities, you must make the pilgrimage to the Sanctus Shrine. You shall be sworn to silence. If you speak with anyone before reaching the shrine, you will have broken your vow. I would warn you, there is no easy way to get to the Sanctus Shrine, and the journey can be dangerous. Before you are sworn to silence, you may wish to purchase some potions of levitation or water walking.
As well as filling gaps, expanding some existing quests, and creating new quests for faction leaders, or new features like the smithing skill. All 3,000 plus NPC dialogues have now been adapted to Skyrim's system. A few brand new NPCs are still in progress. Dozens of new random encounters, chats, greetings, and farewells are complete. Background noise.
Oh my god, I did it again.
It's like the smithing skill. NPC dialogues have now been adapted to Skyrim's system.
What I was going to say, intending just to pause, is like, I'm still stuck on like the 3,000 number. Like, is that how it was? Because Skyrim's like a much bigger world than Morrowind. But that's like over double, nearly double the NPCs of Skyrim. Like, I don't know, it's just insane.
A few brand new NPCs are still in progress. Dozens of new random encounters, chats, greetings, and farewells are complete. Writers contribute to world building with item descriptions and many other flavor texts. When it comes to quests, Great House Hlaalu, Redoran, and Telvanni questlines are done. Quests for the Mages Guild, Thieves Guild, Imperial Cult, Imperial Legion, Tribunal Temple, and Morag Tong are all complete, with just the Fighters Guild left to go. Daedric quests, Vampire quests, and all miscellaneous quests are done. All but the final quests in the main quest line are complete.
Okay, nice. Yeah. I've done a lot. Like, as I go through this, like, it does seem like there's quite a bit to go, and it could take a lot longer than you may expect. But it does seem like some things they've gone a long way. Like, they're in the kind of 95% kind of done area with some stuff. But yeah, some of these things that are left, though, are still going to take quite a bit of effort, especially some of the modeling stuff and textures and all that kind of stuff. And it sounds like they're going to need quite a few voice actors, although I don't know how many voice actors they're kind of doubling up. Because I mean, with 3,000 NPCs, you're going to have presumably quite a few people doing multiple voices. Or repeat voices for like less important NPCs. That's obviously what Skyrim did a lot of that.
Once written, quests need to be implemented. This is done via the creation kit, setting up quest objectives, quest stages, adding the writing and dialogue, and setting up any necessary scripting. Telvanni is complete. Redoran is fully implemented, but waiting on some final level design work. Hlaalu is almost done, but getting some refinements to flesh out the more basic quests. Mages Guild, Thieves Guild, Imperial Cult, Imperial Legion, Temple, and Morag Tong questlines are all fully implemented, but some quests still require level design work before they can be tested by QA. Miscellaneous quests, including Vampire and Daedric quests, are for the most part complete, but not yet all playable due to awaiting level design. The main quest is mostly implemented and playable through the Hortator and Nerevarin quests, with some bottlenecks from level design and dialogue tweaks. The main quest finale is still in early stages of development. In total, of our 490 quests, 352 are fully implemented.
Okay, well, that is a lot. Damn. I don't know if like they're adding a lot, or is Morrowind just like a way bigger game than I also realized, or like maybe it's like just way more dense than I knew, or I have no idea. There's just so many NPCs, and that's so many quests. I'm sure some of them are very simple, but still like 490 quests total. Damn.
Covering every coding detail of turning Skyrim into Skywind is beyond the scope of this video. But let's take a peek at some of the coding efforts that have shaped this project. We've overhauled the UI and introduced NPC disposition, levitation, and mark and recall spells, as well as the intricate custom spell system. The weapons repair system, Morrowind's armor slot structure, and projectiles and spears are all back too. For skills and perks, instead of Skyrim's constellation system, we've adopted a hybrid approach inspired by Oblivion's perks and classic Fallout, granting players new abilities every 25th skill level. For picking perks from a list with skill and level prerequisites, all 27 of Morrowind's skills have made their comeback. Most skills and spells are operational in-game, but the custom spell system still has a long way to go.
Yeah, the custom spell system's pretty it's pretty crazy. That's gonna be a fun one. I mean, it's fun in the original, but yeah, this is gonna be. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is gonna be one of the ones that when it actually releases, like, it's gonna get some pretty serious numbers. I wonder if they'll be able to like have their own page on Steam. Because as far as I know, I'm pretty sure Bethesda like has given this kind of the okay and stuff, as far as I know.
We also still need to craft NPC schedules for over 3,000 characters, each with dynamic daily routines. To put this in perspective, base game Skyrim only had 1,000 characters to tackle. Additionally, a comprehensive balancing pass will be needed, refining dungeon difficulty, loot distribution, and the in-game economy.
Damn, only 5
The Quality
QA.
Assurance, or QA team, ensures Skywind's quality by playtesting developer work against project standards. The big focus is on interior level design and quest testing. Interior checks include nav mesh, NPC behavior, clutter, physics, and level flow. For quests, testers check different paths, including alternate approaches and quest-ending actions, like killing NPCs. They also ensure quests are completable by relying on the player journal rather than quest markers, just like in Morrowind. We have completed a first pass of testing on 67% of implemented quests, and a first pass of testing on almost all finalized interior cells. The main challenge for QA is that testing can't start until areas and quests are ready to be tested. So, by design, QA will be one of the last teams to wrap up before the release.
That would be really fun to play test. I do like breaking things.
Our community and internet presence are what keep our community updated and let prospective volunteers know we exist. Making videos like this one takes a lot of time and effort, from researching, scripting, video editing, and more. So if you think you have what it takes to lend us a hand, please do feel free to reach out.
I wish I had more time. Like, I'd love to help with QA for something like this.
Here's an overall summary of where each department stands currently.
2D art 97%, 3D art 85%, asset implementation 71%, level design 70%, nav mesh 60, exterior 60, interiors 44, animation 25%, VFX 70%, SFX 48%, music 73%, voice acting 85%, file cutting 83%, VA mastering 5%, writing 92%, quest implementation 72%, QA 30%. Solid, solid.
Each department is working hard to overcome bottlenecks and keep progressing forward. We have made huge strides in recent years, and we're pleased to say that while we aren't there yet, the end is now starting to come into view. But to help make that a reality, we need your help. In particular, we are looking for 3D clothing artists, animators, VFX, NIF scopers, sound designers, and people with experience implementing assets via the Creation Kit, and voice mixers. We're also looking for someone to help manage our music department, especially someone with knowledge of the Creation Kit in order to adjust the conditional behaviors of different pieces. This has created an ongoing bottleneck. If you or someone you know might be able to help, please do get in touch. We are always on the lookout for file cutters and nav meshers, which...
Yeah, it's tough because, like, because it's a passion project, like, you know, some of this is quite, like, specialty work and takes a lot of time and effort, and you've got to do it out of passion. That's tough. I mean, they've obviously done really good so far. Like, they've done so much, and it's so ambitious, and I can't even imagine how many hours it racks up to. But yeah, it's tough when you need, like, some real specialty stuff that some people may do for their literal job, and this interests them, but they don't necessarily want to be at work for 8 hours, then come home and spend, you know, another few hours working on something they don't get paid for, even though it's a really cool project. Yeah, it's tough.
Are skills anyone can pick up if you have a computer and some patience, even if you've never been involved in modding before. Please apply at tesrskywin.com/volunteer.
I mean, nav meshing is a bit
or come
easier.
ask us questions in our Discord server, linked in the description.
Nav
We'd
meshing-
love to have you.
Nav meshing is just time consuming.
Skywind has always been an incredibly ambitious project, representing an incalculable amount of time and work, and not by a paid production team, but by volunteers in their spare time. Skywind would have never come as far as it has without the unquenchable interest and enthusiasm of our followers. We're grateful for your support, and we look forward to continuing onward as we continue to make our way to the summit of this expedition. In this place, destiny is made.
I think that's it. Yeah, so the video at the moment was 7 days ago and has 280,000 views, so hopefully it's getting out to more people. But yeah, it's just so ambitious. I'm still stuck on the NPCs. Like, the idea that this has 3,000 NPCs is just insane to me. Like, God, it must be so dense as a game. I cannot wait to get to play this. It's gonna be a while away, I'm sure. I reckon a couple years at least. Like, I think 2026. But you never know if they might do like a beta build or something next year or something. You never know. I feel like I'd be really tempted into that, but I'd probably want to wait and see and like play the final, more polished release. I don't know. But yeah, I wish I could do QA or something for something like this. But yeah, don't really have the time, unfortunately. If I had any skills, I would want to help with something small. Yeah, it's yeah. No, it's a very cool project. Takes a lot of volunteering. Like, I wonder how many total, like, so far, like, what is the actual total number of people who have contributed to this? Because it'd be, yeah, hundreds and hundreds so far. Yeah, very good. Then yeah, it's got 280k views in 7 days, so hopefully it's got out there to some more people.